We're recording. So what I'm going to be doing is I've been doing this lightly, but I'm going to post all of these social summits on my Facebook page. Oh, there is a difference. It's not my married woman Facebook page, but it's my um, single woman Facebook page. So let me show you. So this is my married woman Facebook page, the Darnella Dunham James. My single lady Facebook page is Darnella Dunham. So that's where I'll be putting all of the social summits, just in case you guys miss it. Well, let's go ahead and get started. I wanted to talk about video because I had an interesting encounter with a colleague, and basically they had populated video on multiple platforms on Twitter and Instagram, and they had an artist who was telling people to tune into the show, but they were like, but they didn't put it on Facebook. And I was like, well, I have it everywhere else, but why didn't you put it on Facebook? It's like, well, we're just not putting it there. And I was like, well, why would you not put video that's telling people to tune into your show with the celebrity on the platform that really responds to video the most? And so ultimately it was done, but it occurred to me that, we keep saying video is great, but I don't know if everyone knows why video is great and why everyone's saying do more video. So wanted to talk to you guys about that, and then we're also going to dig into some of the wins because some people are really getting it popping on Facebook. And as you know, there's been an algorithm change, but hopefully some of the stuff that we talked about last week, you guys are practicing because it's not best month ever, but for Erica, Ricky, and Ed, we're having phenomenal traffic, and it's so beautiful, and it doesn't feel like we're doing a whole lot more work. We're just being strategic and smarter about what we're doing, and it's really making a difference. So please press mute, and I'll go ahead and get started. So you too, laughing in the back, please press mute. Okay, so as we know, social media video is a big deal. Content is about to explode, but it's really not. It's already exploding, but it's only going to get bigger. So by 2019, video content will also be a driving factor behind 85% of the search traffic in the US. So it's not just about, oh, it's great engagement and advertisers are into it. It's really the fact that it's going to help you not just on social, but it'll also help you on search. And when you have video, you should be using it across platform. Post it on your website, get it in NPX to drive traffic there, post it on social because it just gets great engagement. And now the benefit that we have is that all platforms are really video friendly. Marketers need to focus on it now, and then also just kind of be sure that you need to be mindful that you need to optimize it. Social media is the most natural way to tell stories, and when you think about it, audio is great, but there's something missing because you don't get to see the expressions, you don't get to see the visuals, the eye rolls, all those little things that have meaning and are also very powerful, just the way humans communicate. You don't get that anywhere else except for video. You get that full experience. And when I say video, don't just think it's like what's recorded. Remember, live broadcasts are video too. With Twitter, I mean, the GIFs, like, they're not video, but they have the movement. And a lot of times, sometimes just a great GIF can say so much more than any words you have. And just a sidebar, real quick. Larissa has been working on the Ricky Smiley Morning Show Twitter a lot. She was doing a lot of work with socializing, I almost said girlfriends, Insecure. And so she's been really doing a lot with Insecure, but then she also was very active on the Emmys because she loves TV. And before, I mean, our our growth was so struggly because right now we have 10,200, and so in the last 2 weeks we've gained 200 followers, whereas it's taken us like months to grow that much. And oh, that's her. So like she'll socialize and engage with the content or engage with the audience and give her little commentary, but she also uses GIFs. And yeah, we have a lot of pictures, and I think that looks great on a feed, but ultimately, GIFs have the same effect as video because you have the movement, and people tend to share those a lot more than they do just post, of course, or even photos. So think of GIFs as a video in that regard. Think of live broadcasts. Anything you do with video is good. Now, what we've done, we also repurpose video. So Larissa created a happy anniversary video for LeBron and Savannah James. Thankfully, LeBron isn't relegated to one genre or format. So we literally took this and posted it on each social platform for all of the syndicated shows that we work on, and they all of these videos generated great engagement for each respective page. So we didn't reinvent the wheel and create a crazy workload. We just basically fed each the same video to each different platform because we know that Facebook algorithmically treats you better when you feed more content to your Facebook, more video content to your Facebook page. So that's one of the big reasons why video matters. But I wanted to list, I get so excited when I talk about video because I'm so passionate about it. Sidebar again, I actually studied video when that was one of my majors when I was in university, and I never actually worked in video, so it feels good that like I'm actually putting my degree to use. And then my second major was English, and then I also had a minor in African American studies, so it's like the weirdest way everything's coalesced, even though it made absolutely no sense back then. So anyway, video is great. But let me list the reasons why video needs to be a part of your social media strategy. And this article is perfect because it tells you everything you need to know. Okay, everyone's watching video. Whether you want to or not, when you're scrolling through your social media feed, video will always get more attention because it moves, because you can hear it. It just stimulates your senses. So everyone's more likely to engage in video. From a revenue standpoint, on our websites, if I'm not mistaken, we generate on pre-roll 20 times more. We have our CPM is 20 times higher for video than it is on just a regular static ad. So we can make more money off of it. And then also, Facebook is getting into the revenue business for video. So it's just a matter of time until they become a player along with YouTube, where you can generate revenue while you populate these social platforms. So it's great in that regard. Um, Video is attractive, and even if it's not perfectly shot with perfect lighting and from a cinematic standpoint, if it doesn't have perfect execution, it's still aesthetically pleasing to the eye. It's still extremely engaging, and it's still shareable. And at the end of the day, we know on social, the more we can share or the more our content is shared, the more it's going to appear in other people's feeds and the more engagement it'll get. So even with Instagram, the more people are watching it and commenting on it and liking it, the more likely it's going to get into other feeds. With Twitter, you can sort it so that it's basically letting the algorithm work, or if you're just looking at what's posted most recently. And then also, and we'll start to get into this as weeks go by, but with YouTube, literally, the more people comment on your video, the more YouTube feeds your videos to other users. So, video, video, video. And then also the content that's generated by videos tends to stick with you a lot longer because you actually see it, and it's just a more impactful way for people to communicate, period, but especially on social. Um, and then videos make explanations easy, and a great example is of all of those tutorials of food preparation. I know Vicky does her, what's it, Mina, what's her nickname? Yeah, meant to eat, what's it eats, it starts with an M, do you remember? Anyway, Vicky does a great job on social media. She has these little videos that she creates. They're really succinct, and they show you how to create different recipes. Those videos, and especially for BuzzFeed, those are Meals by Misha. Thank you very much. The power of search.
Thinking in my head like,
No, like I know, on the spot. Go. And then it just makes it easy to explain something. And sometimes when you use text, people skim through it, but with video, they're more likely to watch and actually absorb what you're saying or the message you're trying to convey. And then remember, we're not just in our markets. We're not just in the United States. Content has the potential to reach the world. And with video, it's you don't have to worry about a translator. A lot of times, even if people don't speak the language that you're communicating in, they can understand it, especially if you're communicating an emotion or something like that. So ultimately, they say make video a part of your strategy, and that's something you should absolutely always do. And then pay attention to the analytics as well, because when you start to see something pop with video, make sure that you're repurposing it, use it again. Don't feel like if you use it one time, that's the only time you can use it. Or like, some, especially with interviews, like a lot of times you guys will have artists for like 15 to 30 minutes. Don't use that whole video just one time and be done with it. Like there is so much mileage to be extracted from that content. Take a piece of content, make it 5 minutes or less, so that way it's more shareable, it's more digestible. And then if the piece works together in long form, after you've socialized the smaller clips, then share the larger clip. Or even like in DC, I know JR has been really good about consistently taking a clip for social and then utilizing it to drive to that main post that's on the website. Um, Ricky Smiley's show, Head Crack and the Brat, they do a freestyle. And so a lot of times, especially like, Twitter and Instagram, you can't fit the whole freestyle on there. So we'll have it on the website, and then we'll use those clips on social to drive to the full clip that's on the website. And then that's another thing. When you're posting video and trying to figure out how to dissect it, sometimes don't overthink it. Just, okay, I know if I take this clip, or if I find 1 minute of compelling content, take that, use it on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, because you know that each platform receives video favorably, and then push it to that main piece of content. But I don't always, like, if I have a 5 minute clip, I'm not always trying to figure out ways to dissect it. I'll just kind of like, a minute is that length that works everywhere. So just kind of take it and repurpose it in multiple places. Does anyone have any questions about what I've talked about so far? Great. And then another really quick tip that was recommended by Larissa. I keep shouting you out. But if you pin your content to the top, I don't know why, but I swear to you, I see so many beautiful things happen by just pinning. If there's a video that's doing okay and I want it to do better, or if I see a video starting to explode, like this Facebook Live we did this morning, it's getting better engagement than most videos do after only 4 hours. So I pinned it to the top, and I just have seen it happen on so many different pages. When you pin content to the top, it just, I don't know if they're feeding it to people's feeds differently, but for whatever reason, good things happen. So that's another way to get more views for your video. Um, and then also commit to doing it on a daily basis. So if you can't get video up, if you haven't created something, use an old interview. Throwback Thursdays, Wayback Wednesdays, Flashback Fridays are a great opportunity to use old content that you know will work, or maybe a piece of an interview that you never got around to posting. Or if you had a conversation with Kevin Hart where he was talking about, wow, it's so dumb to cheat because everybody has videos in this day and age, and then you ran that back, that'll probably explode right now. But just kind of feel free to play with it, but feed it daily. And then also utilize Getty as a resource, because they have so many videos of just random things that could work for us. Instead of just wishing people a happy birthday, find a Getty video of them and upload it, because it'll definitely help your page in very many ways. So, hopefully, you all understand and appreciate the importance of video and how it will help you. And if you guys ever have any ideas on ways to, just kind of create more content in a more timely fashion, please feel free to share. And especially, like, in this day and age where a lot of we're getting a lot of sales posts, give it video, because video is something that has only a positive effect, whereas sometimes when we're posting these sales pieces, they can have a negative effect on our pages. All right, so looking at the numbers, a lot of people had a great week and some people not so much. But one of the pages that I see exploding is Praise DC. So is Aaliyah on the line?
You saying Praise DC?
I'm sorry.
Tell us, JR.
Praise DC was what I was looking at, but I wanted to start with Praise Baltimore, but I'll come back to Praise DC.
Oh, okay.
Thanks for listening.
Hey, yes, I'm on the line.
Hey, so what are you doing? Because you had a 400% increase over week to week. So I was just kind of curious, or since last week, but month over month, you received 400% more traffic than you did last month. So I was just really curious to get some of your thoughts on what you're doing to drive so much traffic from Facebook.
So normally it's our interviews with Marette, sarcasm artist, because she's an artist herself. But for this past week in particular, we had our first ladies team voting, and people only had I think about 4 days to vote. So we saw like a huge spike in traffic from all platforms for people just voting for their first ladies across the city of Baltimore. So that's just where that came from.
That's so smart. Yeah, because I've heard them do the preachers or the pastors, pick your like pastor of the month and things like that. But you said what's it called? First Ladies what?
First Ladies Tea. So this is just a yearly event. We have pastors too, but that one is ongoing. But this First Ladies one is our first annual one. DC actually does it, but it's Baltimore's first, and it's only once a year. So that's kind of where the urgency comes from, especially because we did limit the days you could vote. Whereas for submissions, we had a whole month for voting. We wanted everybody to rush in.
What was the criteria for making each person the first lady, or what were they voting for specifically? Like just who's their favorite or what?
Well, submissions were people just from the churches submitted, and I guess whoever had the most, whoever's most popular, whoever supports their first lady the most, we were just going with whoever had the most votes. So it could have just been off of the people also saying, hey, in their churches, hey, I was voted, go to Praise Baltimore, Facebook or website and vote for me.
Wow. Yeah, because that's amazing. That's such a great idea, too, because, the first ladies, they're high profile, too. So it just, like, it doesn't require a lot of work, but like you said, or even a lot of thought. It's not like a pageant where they have to show a talent, just vote and get the traffic and good things will happen. Excellent. And then, JR, what did you do in DC? Because that's phenomenal as well. 323% increase Facebook traffic.
Really, it's just been the content and just getting it out there. Like the hurricane content was 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 being circulated real heavy last week, and a lot of people just gravitating to it. Like it hasn't been for I'd say like a month and a half. For me, it's not been a lot of content that people have been gravitating to on the praise side. But last week with the hurricane content and other things, like people are really just been grabbing onto it. So making sure that the best practices are followed and getting the stuff out at a timely manner, and making sure that I focus not just in the morning, in the afternoon, but getting stuff out in the evening as well. Just trying to make sure that I hit on everything, because it's definitely it's over 280,000 people on praise. So if social is going well, I can have a good month. If it's not going well, it can be a struggle. So that's it. Just getting the quality stories out that people want to see and want to know.
When did you notice a fatigue with people with the hurricane, or was it just kind of as the coverage stopped, you just stopped promoting that?
Nah, because there's still stuff going on. Like for example, we got Hurricane Maria coming. So since the hurricane's been in succession, I still try to make sure that it's something else about something else. So for example, the Maria's coming up, so I have a post up right now. I don't know if it's circulated yet because I haven't been in the building all day, but I did make sure that I want to have some schedule about Hurricane Maria that's supposed to hit the Caribbean islands as early as midnight tonight. So before Hurricane Jose made a turn, I made sure that it was something up about that. So just trying to make sure that that the people know about the content, the stuff that's going on with it and keeping it going if it needs to be. But anything other than that, it's just been like quality content that just people have been checking out.
That's really good. Yeah, the hurricane, I totally forgot about that. Like you hear it on the news, but it's good that you had. I mean, and then it makes sense too because it's trending. So just to have that coverage is smart. Yeah.
And also the Tanika Jenkins situation as well. Like that's been big too. That's the other one that I forgot. Tanika Jenkins' story has been going on praise as well. So it's really just been Hurricane and Tanika Jenkins, Hurricane and Tanika Jenkins.
That's yeah. How did you change the tone of that because it's so like there's people have the judgmental part about what was she doing with her friends, or did you just kind of like report it from a newsy type angle?
I left it alone because I mean it was something that I thought about, but with the praise community, what I always is people need to see the blunt and they need to see the real. So
Yeah.
I left it blunt and I left it real as much as possible, and they stuck with it. It wasn't any backlash or anything like that. Like I had backlash from people for putting up Serena had a baby, but I haven't had any backlash about that.
Yeah, you know what? And it's funny because I didn't put Serena having a baby on praise because I thought people would trip because she wasn't married, and I didn't know like people were never really excited about the announcement. But yeah, that's interesting. That's very people are very. It's weird. They're judgmental about. But then it's funny because sometimes they'll click on such ratchet stuff. Like if you look on your newsletter, if you look on the newsletter and you look at the click map, a lot of times like from another site, like a more secular site where they're covering general stuff, like they'll click on the Kevin Hart messy news. But if you post it on social media and if you post it on the website, then they'll read you for like how dare you do that. So
but that's engagement, right?
It's engagement, yeah. But it's weird because then they're just it's like and then it's a branding thing too because But yeah, has anyone put any Kevin Hart news on the praise brands?
Not me.
Yeah, the Saints are not here for it. So yeah.
No. I'm waiting for now. What I will say is that I tried to get the people on praise to post things in the secular world and post them in a praise and inspirational way. So Kevin Hart cheats on his wife, so maybe post some on that, but post it in a godly way, so the faith can have that conversation. And I think some of them are still scared to do it in that way.
Yeah, because even the whole like the question, do you stay with your husband or whatever, is a way to deal with it, but it's like it keeps getting so messy. It's just that he makes it so hard. But yeah, yeah, and then this video is Go ahead.
Oh, this is Leah in Baltimore. I said I just kind of spun it. Like I took out the sex tape and cheating, and I just put like he should issue an apology.
That's good. Yeah.
But yeah, it went well. But I think Baltimore is different because we always like do well with the and not so Christian stories. But I think it's just as much too.
Well said. Well said. And then I like this video of Cheryl Jackson in the studio. JR, did she do this on her own, or did you have to encourage her to start going live? JR?
I mean, I was on mute, my bad. But Cheryl goes live every day at 12 o'clock for the mix. And the good thing about praise is that there's not like if you did an urban or urban AC, the mixes that get taken down quickly because of the music. But really, unless you plan from what I've noticed, unless you plan a Kurt Franklin song, you're not gonna have an issue on praise. So time to time, I even put a link at the top or within the post and pin it in the comment section of stuff just to check out. If I catch it this time and things are moving. But yeah, 12 o'clock, he goes live. They love it. Somebody even made a praise power crew Facebook page.
Oh, wow.
For the mix. So they love the mix so much, they made that page and they invite people to go to the Praise Power Crew page and enjoy the mixes. So yeah, they love it that much that they've done that.
That's awesome. And then, you know what I wonder too? Like, the video is about her kind of like rocking out to the music, whereas like one of the things that we had done before was we were focused on the DJ, and that's when they shut us down. But I do, your theory about like those non-secular artists or Facebook taking those down is really interesting. But I like the way she did it because it's kind of like she's just doing her and he just happens to be there.
Yeah, now if you're having a good time and somebody said that they got saved off the list. Dead serious. Not even joking. Somebody said they got saved off the list.
Wow.
So
they got saved.
So for all praise stations, I would advise folks to go live, have their midday personality go live during the mix and just have fun.
Yeah, and it's kind of cool because you get to see the looser side. It's not so traditional, and it's just fun. Like, you want to see what she's listening to because of the movement and because it looks like she's having a good time. Wow. Well, so that's good. And look at this crazy reach, like 52,000 people. That's phenomenal. Great. So yes, video, please do more video because it will only help you. It will only help the reach of your page, even if that particular video does not explode. And it'll only help the engagement, and your audience will just kind of check for you more, and it'll get to more feeds. So use as much video as possible. Hopefully we can get to a point where we have video to share as a network where people can natively upload stuff. But we're working on infrastructure for things like that. But anyway, if you guys have any questions about video, speak now or forever. Feel free to reach out to me via email.
Where's that the video
Which
the
one?
That they went live? That's Praise
Oh,
104?
yeah, no, that's Praise 1041.
Oh, put that right to the top.
Oh yeah. So JR, you should pin this to the top because yeah, and see what happens. Like, it's only 2 hours now, and 52,000 is phenomenal. But just let's see if you have that same positive result if you pin that video to the top.
No, I've been it to the top before. Like I said, I've been out of the office all day at City Hall or whatever. But like a lot of times I put it to the top. One day I pinned it to the top and it got over 200,000. So
wow.
So I from time to time get it done. It's just really just depending on the workflow on the day. But I do pin it to the top, and it does. And to your credit, it does increase. Like, that's right. It's other, not just that video, but other videos that I know if there's a big day going on, I send it to the top and it works out.
It's magic.
I've just never seen a video that's live that is not attached to any type of trend get that much engagement in just 2 hours. So that's freaking phenomenal.
Yeah, and she's not even twerking. Yeah, so
on a praise station, wow.
Yeah, exactly. And then when you see other posts and you see like, oh, okay, typical reach, it's in the hundreds or maybe single digit thousands, but this is like 52,000 and like
2
only,
hours.
right.
Just 2 hours.
Right.
Wow.
So, and then also just to underscore the biggest growth this week on Facebook were the two praise stations. So Praise Baltimore and Praise DC. So thank you guys so much. Larissa's gonna see who's on the call, but thank you guys so much for. Oh, sorry.
I don't even
Okay,
have,
Larissa was taken aback. We'll check next week. But thank you guys so much for joining the call. We'll talk to you later. Bye bye.
Okay. Bye.